I think Ross Perot made a wonderful contribution to the country in 1992. It wasn't until 1992 that people really started to focus on deficits, notwithstanding the fact we were incurring substantial deficits in the decade of the 80s. Ross Perot, in effect, you recall, with that great personality of his and spending his own money to go on those infomercials, said, look, we need to lift up the hood and find out what's wrong under the hood. And people got focused on it. We then sort of got away from that focus. People weren't quite as angry then as they are today. They're angrier today because, first of all, they think much of the debt was incurred to give to rich people, have caused them a lot of problems and are taking a lot of very, generous pay, benefits, buyouts, et cetera, et cetera. And so they're really ticked. And hopefully that will animate them to focus on what the real problem is of where we are today and how we're going to get to where we need to be. Anger can be a constructive motivator or a negative impediment to thinking. Let's hope it's the former and not the latter. It will be the former, in my opinion, if we can, in a bipartisan way, come together. And I mentioned Bill Frenzel's name a lot here. I have great respect for Bill Frenzel. I served with him. He was a member of the Ways and Means Committee, and he had a real handle on what we ought to do and had the courage to stand up from time to time and say, look, this is not a Democratic or Republican problem. It's an American problem, and this is how we have to solve it. We're going to have a lot of Bill Frenzels, a lot of Alice Rivlins, a lot of Barack Obamas, hopefully leaders in the Senate and in the House, Republicans, as well as Democrats, stand up and say, look, none of us believe these are easy answers or politically popular answers, but they are answers which will get us to a better place for our children and grandchildren and a stronger country.